Hello, good night, traders. This is Baja Pips. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024, 4:51 a.m. Eastern China Time, and I'm going to go over my weekly technical breakdown. I have several pairs on the list right now. I'm a little late to the technical breakdowns. I had a long weekend and didn't really get the time to do it on my usual Monday mornings, so I'm doing it now. It's going to be very quick and probably be one of the quickest ones I've done. Pretty much got my routine down, so we're going to get straight to it. It's been quite a slow month. The year has came off to a kind of a choppy start across multiple sectors, different markets, looking at stocks, Forex, crypto, metals, everything and anything pretty much has been moving kind of sideways within ranges, and moves that did go at the end of last year kind of paused or we're just in no man's land for a lot of pairs. Now, I know that we came from the holiday break, but we are 3 weeks into the month. And at this point, we should be picking up in movement. So if we're not, then that is going to draw some red flags. Um, JPY, there is interest rates coming up tomorrow. Today for me, tomorrow for you all that are on the other side of the world. And that might draw a catalyst in JPY pairs. Other than that, I want to just go over from left to right. As you already know, Euro USD, I do not trade this on the swings. I only scalp Euro USD. We can go on to AUD USD and make our way from left to right. You can see AUD USD. We are currently at the lower end of a longer term range. It's a short term range, but just on the daily chart, it is something that's been going on since end of November. Bring my cross here, right here. We can see that price did have a nice bull rally at the beginning of December, end of November. The previous bull rally ended, and this bull rally lasted for about a month. You can see right here, ending on the 28th of December. Price did start to reject July highs, and right now price has just been falling, and it's moved up aggressively and it also moved down aggressively. So at this moment, it's just a little suspect. There is a red flag. Why is price pulling back at December lows? Why don't we have a nice thrust and then a pullback? For my strategies that I trade, I need to see a nice breakout, pullback, and a continuation in that order. And right now, we broke out. See right here, there's a false breakout right on this horizontal line, right around the 17th, which was last week. That false breakout was followed by a couple days of buying. And now we are potentially going to trigger some sellers in. And I don't like that because it's a false breakout and the pullback occurred within that former range. So Aussie dollar, I'm just going to have to wait for more selling to come in. I have my alert set at the lower end of this range. And I'm just waiting for 0.65181 around that area to be taken out with aggression, more sellers coming in, and then I look to buy it, because if not, we could possibly be making another low and forming a bottom formation and making a reversal back into this range. I don't know, I don't predict, but those are two possible scenarios. The third one is that we could just be chopping around and going nowhere, just sideways. Market moves in three directions: it moves up, it moves down, or it moves sideways. It doesn't move back in time, so it's up, down, or sideways. Let's get on to the next one. Make it easier. Yeah, let's go to SPX. So the S&P 500, we do have a nice bull rally. We're coming on out a longer term range. The range has been going on since the end of November, beginning of December. Mark these highs, mark these lows, and we are in a range right here. So price did break 4,800 highs, and we are in a nice little bull rally temporarily. I need to see a pullback. I need to seeing what buyers and sellers are doing now that we've broken out. I don't chase price because once again, we don't know exactly how far it's going to go, if it's even going to continue breaking out. So nice breakout. I will be looking to deploy capital on the long side of the S&P 500 as long as we have a continuation northbound. But as of right now, no capital is being deployed in this video. I will just monitor it throughout the week. It's a good potential. I'll keep it on my watch list. Bitcoin. Wow. What an upset, right? A lot of y'all chasing price, chase it into 49,000, thought it was going to go above 50,000 and on its way back to 70,000. Bitcoin is bullish. I don't care what anyone says. It's a very nice pair to trade long term. If you're trading it for the medium or short term, of course, it's going to have these consolidations. But Bitcoin is up over 200% in the past year. That is an awesome gain. I don't know why people are complaining, thinking it's going to crash. Those are pessimists, people that probably held Bitcoin in the past and lost money on the way down. Now they see it's rallying up and they want to say everything bad about Bitcoin. Reality is that Bitcoin is still on the rise, still in the bull market, and we're just going to have to wait and see. It is in a longer term range from the beginning of December. And I do need to see 49,000 taken out or bottoming formation at the lower end of this current range. If we can break above, let's say 44,000 and have a nice potential setup, we could take it back on up towards 50,000. And I would have to see what price does at that resistance again. But I am still bullish. I would like to deploy capital. We look at the weekly time frame. What do you see? It's been going up since last January. I said over 200%. Apologies. It's over 150%. Only 150%, y'all. That's a lot. So it had a very great year in 2023 for those of you that actually did buy it at 17,000. And you can see that all-time highs is at 67,000. So it's more than halfway towards its all-time highs. If we break 50,000, that is major. Maybe we have another bull rally and ain't no telling, but we could touch 70,000 in the near future. I don't see a crash anytime soon on the weekly time frame, and just continue to be patient and get in at the right points. Bitcoin is great to get in at the bottom. Take a look. Every time it did have I call this a decline. It's a correction. Markets do go through correction, but every time it went through a correction, it was a nice rally. Correction, rally, correction, huge rally, correction. What do you think is next? And the last rally was super long. It was about 36%. Get out of this correction at 50,000. There's a high probability that we can have another 36% rise. I don't predict, but I do foresee potentially price hitting 70,000 and beyond in the future. Let's just follow up with Bitcoin and let it tell its story. Silver, trash. Don't like it right now. It is currently dropping and there's no clean setup. I'm going to leave that one alone. NZD USD, very similar to AUD USD. except for this one didn't make a false breakout. It actually paused and pulled back before the end of the range, and now it's triggering on the cusp of this range lows. I do not want to sell into this. That's chasing price. I would rather just wait to see this current sell unfold. The bears look like they're picking up, and just gonna have to wait and see. NZD USD. It's the Nasdaq 100. Very similar to the S&P. It's bullish. It's broken out of 17,000 highs, and we are pretty bullish. I do need to see further price action unfold, but I will be deploying capital on the long side later on this week. I just do not chase price, and it just freshly broken out of some highs, yearly highs. So I'm going to just wait, let the market settle down, and get in on a good entry. So my stop losses are not huge, and I'm not predicting and I'm not marrying the trade. USDCHF looks like a nice little rally, nice little bottoming formation. And we did dip down for a slight pullback. And I do like this. I will be looking to deploy capital if we can break above 87,100. This is a nice potential rally for a bottoming formation northbound. If we can break above 87,100 within the next day or two, I will be deploying capital on the long side. So this is on the higher end of my watch list. This is something that I will be monitoring. Once again, break above 0.87 100, there's a high probability that it will continue going for at least the next couple hundred pips. I would say looking to take out 88, 310 next and beyond. Who knows? No prediction. I follow my price action. We are bottoming. Those of you that don't know, the lows right there to the left last July. Price broke out, failed. Another attempt to go down, failed. This is the bottom formation now. Now we may start moving northbound. I seen one red flag. I would just say 211 pips. We had a slight acceleration to the downside. That's why I'm just a little concerned about this long right here, because that was how would I put it? It was a acceleration south. And if you look in the past, when else did we have a 211 pip rally to the south side? Not here. It's 140 pips. That's 150 pips. 190 pips. So we had 196 pip. These are all estimates, of course, but the last leg down was a little bit bigger, and that is an acceleration. To me, that's a red flag. And depending on the context, I may not go into this trade right away. I may just need to just see more price unfold. Unfortunately, it does look like a nice bottom in formation, but at the same time, the most recent drop down is actually of a greater magnitude than all the other ones around, and that is telling me to stay out. So, apologies for what I just said. This is what I mean by my price action. It's very dynamic the way I trade. I may or may not take a trade depending on the new information that is presented. I trade in real time. For those of you that don't know, real time trading, what that means is that I look at the market for what it is on the far right, and I trade based off of every new bar. So the information is always changing, but I read the markets like an open book. It's very simplified. I take a long time to learn this, but that's how I do it. And in real time, it's telling me, yes, we may have a potential trigger, but this trigger may not even work out. So for me, I would need to see at this point, new wave to the north side, or I'm not really interested. Like I said, I sound like I'm contradicting myself in this video, but I'm being brutally honest. This is how I think when I'm trading live in real time on the 1 minute charts. It's always changing, and I did find that information in front of you all. So to be completely transparent, I was going to go long, but because I did see that acceleration, I'm no longer interested. USD CHF is no longer on the top of my watch list. It can be just like that. It can change so fast. Gold. Gold is not too interesting. I don't like to sell silver and gold. I like to buy silver and gold. And currently on the daily time frame, I don't see any long setups. But on the weekly, it is very bullish. We did have a very, very strong rally northbound in October. It knocked out 2150 around that area, and price definitely calmed down, went back into a longer term range. It's been a 2 year range. Those of you that can't see, boom, bang, bang. March of 22, April of 23, October of 23. Or this is November. Apologies for that. This is all estimates. And we currently are within that range highs, and it was a huge rejection. I don't really see this going any further north at the moment. I would need to see more buying before I'm interested in gold. Euro CHF, interesting pair. It is also bottoming out, but like I said before, this pair as well, it's been acceleration to the downside. 57 pips, pullback, dropped over 150 pips, and then we came back north. So that was an acceleration. I'm not too interested in going long on this pair, even though we are back in that range. I need to see more buying, buyer step in, preferably take it on above 0.95415 highs. Take it above there, have a nice little pullback. Maybe I'm considering going long. Or we can just have a false breakout, false break in. We could start to see a decline in buying activity. Price could go below these lows, and we could have a top formation reversal back to the downside, hitting daily lows. So, no prediction. I read price action. These are scenarios that happen day in, day out, all the time. So that's why I'm able to discuss it the way I explain it the way I do. But as of right now, I'm not interested in Euro CHF. GBP AUD, very interesting pair. I was looking at this earlier today, and yeah, I'm not interested in this long. We had a recent breakout of that 1.93287 resistance area. You can see one, two, three, four. Four times it failed to break that area. Now we're on our fifth time. What makes you think that this is going to succeed? I don't predict, but at the same time, it's triggering on the cusp of a high that has a history of failure. I don't want to take this long, even though it is setting up for a long. There's other pairs, there's better stuff to trade. If you're just concerned about it, you don't want to trade it. I do like it. Otherwise, if the trigger was not right here and the stop loss was not so large, then maybe I would have considered it. But then I would need a large stop loss of at least 1.2%. Preceding wave size is only 1.8%. I'm going for at least 2 to 1. That's way more than what that is. So no long on this, no trading. Let's wait till later on in the week. US 30, very similar to NASDAQ, S&P. Those all pretty much are moving very northbound. I'm interested. I'll look to deploy capital once I see a proper setup. Let's just wait for the week to unfold. GBP JPY, I don't like it. You see, I drew a resistance line at 188.648. I'm not interested in this pair at the moment because we are paused at these highs. But this is a pause. This is not a pullback. So as long as we can continue rising beyond 188.850, nice magnitude, a nice breakout with a nice magnitude, pullback, continuation north. I'll take a trend continuation trade, or we can see a failure, top formation, and a reversal back into this longer term range that's been going on since last summer. We don't know. Just gonna have to wait, let each day unfold. It's not going to happen in a day or two. So just wait, patience. But as of right now, it may take a few days to set up. But I am looking to deploy capital on the long side as of right now because it's still bullish, just nothing yet. Lastly, USD JPY. USD JPY, we had a recent move towards the upside, but this is not a trigger yet. If we can break above 148.850, I may be interested in considering to go long. Only problem is that the ATR right now of the past 21 days is only about 130. What that's telling me is this. I get in, we're looking at least a 250 pip stop loss. I need to go for at least 2 times my risk. So that's about a 500 pip target. Look at this, y'all. It's barely 400 pips. So to me, it's not a strong enough move to the upside. And I just have to wait. No trading for UJ, just like GJ. And that's it. That's the market outlook. So let's just do a quick recap. No Aussie, S&P yes, Bitcoin no, silver no, Euro NZD. I have to go over that. I want to show y'all that on TradingView. So here we are at the TradingView. Go to Euro NZD, and I am currently long on this pair. I have multiple brokers that I do trade, and it's not a bad time to get into a long. I would actually say this is the perfect time. So if you're watching this video right now, you're getting in. You're the early bird that gets the farm. If not, well, watch my videos sooner. Subscribe, set notifications if you can, so you know when I'm releasing these. But I am currently long. I got in earlier today at the break of these highs around Friday highs. So I got in this morning, and I am looking to take this pair on up. 1 minute. There's a 252 pip stop loss at the moment. 2 to 1 is at least 500 pips. And bare minimum, I like to take it on up to about 1.8400 highs. Mark that off right here with the resistance line, horizontal, right around these highs. So, like I said, this is a trade that I'm currently active in on multiple brokers, depending on the account sizes that I'm using. It's private, but I am currently in these longs, and I'm looking to take it on up to September highs of last year. We're going to just have to wait and see it unfold, but this is the Euro NZD. If you want to go long, your own discretion, your own analysis. That's it, y'all. That is it for this breakdown. That is it for today. Hopefully, y'all took some great insight on the weekly technical breakdown. I want to keep it nice and short. It's been about 25 minutes, and I want to make it shorter next time, but I appreciate y'all for following up with me. That is the weekly technical breakdown in a nutshell. I'll follow up with y'all next week. Peace.